Okay, class, this is about doing your background for the bird painting. And I'm assuming you've already masked the bird, the branch, and the closer up flowers. Even though they're not completely in focus, you need them to be a little bit more rich looking than you do the background. So what I'm going to do is start with my background here. I'm just, what I did was wet it first, I'm sorry, and then I let it dry mostly. What I do is the sheen goes off it and I can feel the back of my finger. It's still cool to the touch. However, it is still damp. And you want a little bit of your color in this to be subdued a little, and some green, and even some more of a brighter green in here. And you want to leave some white around those flowers and stuff. You do not want your flowers to have, I'm getting this a little dry, but I can come in there and fix that. I'll show you. You do not want your flowers to be all just pink. And what I'm doing is I'm doing my background right now, my darker colors. This will dry a lot lighter, concerning the fact that it is on wet. And I'm getting too dry. I'm going to have to go in and wet. Okay, I'm going to wet from my white out, first of all. That is where my flowers will be. And then I'm going to go back into the colored area here with my brush, because you want this to be nice and subtle, right? And here's another flower over here. This is just a real quickie demonstration. So there's a little bit of dark in a couple of places, like right here. Now my colors that I'm used in this, like I said, I tried to make sure that this was wet enough that they would be very muted. But I mixed up a little gray to put in these areas where it's, you know, kind of got some dark back there, and that's branches and things, you know. And the rest of it is sap green and a mixture of Windsor green, blue. And then I'm going to take my flower color and I'm going to put it in here. You notice I don't want to put it on top. I want it in its own area, and they will meld together. And I want some white left in that. And the colors will meld together, but since I let most of that wet dye off, you're not going to get that overspray that you get, that are over spread that you get when you don't do that. And of course you want to make sure you leave some dark because these flowers have some dark in them, and this will, like I said, dry a lot lighter, but you want to leave a little dark in them. And there's no need for it to be anything other than a background. I mean, you can follow the photograph or you can do your own. I mean, it's just flowers in a background, and you just want to make sure that you've got some white, some pink, and then that pretty background. Those it's a Windsor blue. It is sap green, a little bit of yellow green mixed in there, especially at the bottom. You have a little bit of that yellow green down here mixed with the flowers. And you know, you have down toward the bottom here. And again, I'm going in and it will do its own kind of gathering in here. Gathering the colors together, and a little bit of darkness in this too, but it's got some of that lighter yellow green in it. And then you've got more flowers, more background color. You know, it's just, do your own thing. It does not have to follow this photograph, does it? I mean, we're got a little green in that. It's just a background. And I'm getting a little bit of down here in the corner, getting a little darker. That's where my gray can come in a little bit down here. I'm going to take a little white out here because you want some white in those. You don't want them solid. A little dark here and there. And control your dark a little bit by going back in if you feel like you need to, otherwise don't. Okay. All right, that is your, more or less your background. And of course, across here would be your branch, your bird in the middle, and almost in the middle, off to the right, just slightly, not stab in the middle. And then that big flower that's going to be right here. Okay, class, my background has dried, and you can see this softness. We're just really looking like right here, because off here I didn't even wet it. But, you know, you've got a nice soft background, and you have a hard edge up here where the flowers is a little more forward and a little less of a hard edge down here. And I'm going to paint my flower now real quick, hopefully really quick, and so you can see how I did them together like that. Oh, there's somebody at my door. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. This is where it starts getting kind of a blurry. I mean, you can just only do what you can only do about the flower. I mean, it's a little dark there. Try and lighten it a little bit. And this seemed to have a little bit of a white here on the edge. I guess this was also pink right here. Okay, then I would just paint my stem here. I could start with some maybe some burnt sienna along here. Then come in with a, actually it was lighter at the top. Start with burnt sienna. Use a little sepia for the shadow on it. Wow. Anyway, you get my drift, and there's the flower.